I'm going to be using this. This is the e.l.f. Professional Eyeshadow Brush, which is at the Dollarama again. I'm going to rub it out on, either clean it every day or once a week, or always make sure to rub it out because I always end up with a darker color last, so I start light to dark with the same brush, and I don't want to be putting dark product into my eyeshadow and then on my eye and it's not going to be the right color. So, the inside corner, do some underneath. This is up to you. Not everybody likes to do this. Some people just like to put it on the top. And now I'm going to use, this is very worn out, but it's a Beauty Rush Luminous Shadow, which is from that Victoria's Secret collection, and it is in Glow Nude. Because my shadows that I'm using are all shimmer, I'm gonna place it on and then use my eyeshadow brush to blend everything in. Now I'm using, this is from Ardene's. They have some good stuff. 9A-A707. They don't have a name because I guess they create so much product, right? So, I always start at the corner of the eye because that's where it's the darkest. So if I put too much product on my brush, it's not going to really matter because I need it that dark anyways. So then since, okay, so now that's becoming so light, I'm going to get into my crease from the center of my eye out. I just want a hint of shadow. And you can start roughly defining how angled this is. Always trying to make sure it goes up, because up means happy, this means normal, and going down means sad. It's the same thing with your wings when you're doing your eyeliners. Think of it like a smile, but with your eyes. So every time you pick up product, just start at the corner of your eye. And always do the lid and in the crease. So that the color right here kind of has this place to sit. And if you kind of whack that up, you can always just go back and apply more of that lighter color. Now because you put dark on your eyeshadow brush, you're not going to use your finger to pat and blend that in, because if you do dark, it's going to defeat the purpose. Now if you got too much product low, you can always take a cotton ball and kind of lift some of it off. Make sure that you're not getting up into this brow bone, because you're going to be highlighting that later with a nude color, which in fact happens to be the Glow Nude that I'm using as an eyeshadow. So now that I've defined my shape, it's round with a corner. And so you just wipe the product off that same eyeshadow brush that you've been using, and you can just blend everything if you need to. Now you're going to go underneath your brow and highlight it so that your eyebrow and your eyeshadow color, which in this case for an evening is going to be dark and dramatic, you don't want it to clash. So you want something natural skin color or a white or a super light color and like pastel-y in between, so that it just creates these dimension and a division between your eyebrows and your eyeshadow. Before I do any eyeliners or anything like that, I'm going to remember to curl my eyelashes And I'm just doing the top. Now I've gotten some new eyeliners today. These are both from Essence. They're both like $2.49, $2.99. So this one is kind of rolls up. And it goes on like this. It's this one. This is the liquid one. So I'm just going to do from the outside corner. Underneath my eyelashes. In. Now, if you want to do on the inside, on the bottom and or the top, that's up to you. I don't like to do it in there because I find I don't want to blink and get like product in my eye. Even though it's for one night, it just makes me really uncomfortable, so I try not to put any product on the inside of my eye. So it's really for whatever you're comfortable with, whatever look you want, because I know it can be really dramatic if you do like all black all around, but I don't really go for that. Another thing too is you can use a white eyeliner and do the bottom, and it kind of makes your eye look bigger, and that's the preference from Andrea's choice. So now I'm going to use this liquid one that I just got. I usually do the Eco brand, which is from Ardene's, and these are 2 for $6, and they come in black and blue, and they're double-sided with mascara. So it's kind of like a sponge that's wet. Always starting from the outside in, because if I've ever had too much product, I've always made the outside larger. So I'm making that line continue from the bottom. So I'm going to go out so far and then just blend it and make it thicker. And I'm going to try and keep it as thin as possible on the inside of my eye. And that's pretty much it. This is actually really nice. This is the first time I'm trying it. So of course I'm getting some of the product from my eyeshadow on there, so I'm rubbing it off. Now be careful when you go to do the other eye, because whatever angle you did on this eye, you want to replicate as much as possible. And you also want to make sure the length is the same. So I'm using the length of my actual sponge from the plastic to the end of the tip as a reference. Now I'm going to use my e.l.f. Wet Gloss Lash Brow and Clear Mascara to do my eyebrows. I'm going to make sure to get the end because it tends to pile on the end and I don't want chunks of this stuff in my eyebrows. So start up in the center and just move your way out. And then down. And because if you have really thick eyebrows, especially mine, like they start curling in a whole bunch of different directions, and if I didn't do this, they would be a complete mess. So the mascara that I'm using today is not so fancy, but it is a classic. My mom's been using this forever, so she recommended this to me. It's Maybelline Great Lash, and this is the extra big brush. So a lot of people, I don't find they put on the top, which is what I've been taught. So putting on the top and the bottom, which can be hard to do if you're doing the bottom lashes. So just do the top. Because when you close your eyes, you can see the top of your top lashes, and that's why you want to get both. And now onto the lips. Now, I've gotten a couple products from Essence, which are kind of like nude lips. They're really nice, but they're not giving that they're kind of rosy as opposed to that clear, it's kind of like a nude lip. This is more of a rose. So as nice as they are, depends on what I picked out that I'm going to wear that night. So I'm going to show you the lip that I'm going to use. I did find a lip liner in 11 in nude. And I'm going to be using the same contouring principles that I got from Goss Makeup Artist, and then a highlighting from Makeup Geek. So I'm going to put this link below. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in the corners of my lips, both top and bottom. Now because my lips are so pink, it's not really noticeable, but it will be once I put the cover up on. So this is my cover up. Now if you've ever watched Indra's Choice, he's always telling you to exfoliate, and you're going to see why. Because if you can see, my lips have all these lines, so when you brush your teeth, after you rinse out your brush and your mouth and stuff of all that toothpaste, or baking soda, whatever you use, go ahead and you're supposed to brush your lips to exfoliate them, and that way they'll look better with lipstick and lip gloss and all that stuff. So and now I'm going to use Way Out Watermelon Smacker's Lip Sparkler. Now, instead of putting this brush from my lip gloss straight onto my lips, I don't want to pick up any cover up, so I'm going to just put a whole bunch on my hand and then pick it up with my finger and then put it on. So that way my lip color won't get distorted from my cover up color. So before I forget, I'm using just a white eyeliner, and this is just Red Girl, which means it's dollar store brand, so it goes on nice. So so you're gonna do kind of like a bat wing on the top of your lip. And then you're gonna do below. And then you can just dab it in. And there we are. Okay, and that's the entire makeup look. So I will see you guys next time. I apologize because I wanted to do the makeup tutorial this week instead of next week, because this bad boy is almost done. And you're going to be ready for all the little steps on the stitches and the beading stitches and tips and tricks on how to do it yourself. So this is my progress report. I apologize for not putting it in last week's video. I just finished up in all the beading on the left side. So what I've gotten done since the last video was the black outline on the front of the face and all this dark gray. And then I'm going to have a light gray in the, yeah. So this is looking really good.